This video, I try to use a new way to install the Oracle software and create a database under this software. So we're install this on AWS EC2 server. The things will be we are using YAM to install instead of a traditional way. If you're Oracle professional, you know the way how do you install the Oracle software on the say like servers, right? And usually you have some like a runInstaller, and then when the X window started, you follow the window. It's sort of a GUI way to go through all of the procedures, and you submit it, install it. That's the way of what it is. And in 19C, what you can do is the installation not using the software, not using the runInstaller, but you're using RPM package, using YAM to install it. So there's a whole procedure here. I've tried to see, is there any difference when you use a YAM install? Like you install with a root. What happened? We do not know. And then I did it on AWS side. For this video, I try to show you three things. The first, using the YAM and RPM package to install the Oracle 19C software on AWS. And then, when this one installed, I will quickly let you know to where is installed. What is the difference, right? Later, the second one, I'm going to create this database. The YAM installed Oracle software. They have some new way to create a database, create a sample database, how they do it under this YAM installed 19C, right? But I also use the traditional way, like we did a long time ago, 11G, 12C, 18C. The same way we're doing to install Oracle database like a CDB and a PDB under the AWS installed with the YAM. So I'll compare with the two of them to see what is the difference, and then you can see either way you can install it or not, or you have to use the new way to install Oracle database. So the third one I will give you really quickly, compare between the new file system installed and then between the traditional runInstaller and the YAM installed, what is difference, and then give you some conclusion about it. The video is a little bit long because we go through these three steps. Okay, in this first part, we're going to see how can we install it. It's already installed, so I remove it, reinstall it. By now, I removed the software for installed Oracle Home, and then this one install. Another one we have to deinstall is the pre-install software. That's another one. Okay, I removed all the Oracle Home we had before. This is three things I did. Remove everything when the installation was done. If you see here, we can this one already deinstalled. Another one we needed to install, remove is the pre-install software, but this one already done. Let me double check. Pre-install software. Let's remove this one too. Okay, it's done. Another package we need to remove too. The reason is that one I like to show you. Usually people are got issue with it. It's the one package. This is the package. Yeah. So it is installed now. Usually it's when you got server, even you update it, you cannot find this package. That's a problem when you're running to the installer. I mean, in YAM install for the worker home, this one that cause you trouble. So let me remove it. I will show you what we are going to dealing with in this package, where to get it, how to install it. Okay, by now it looks like we cleaned everything. It's already installed. The package, pre-package, also this package we just removed. So let's do the local install to see what happens now. Start from beginning. That first you're doing is the pre-install, right? Okay, that's how we got the arrow. Anyone will got the same arrow because they said require this compound lipstick 33. When you got this message, what I did is I tried to enable different repository to see can install this one. Actually, it's no success. So finally, I found on internet they can download this package. This is the location. You can go there to download one. We need one is for Linux 7, EL7, but 64-bit for my PC. So I copy this link. When you copy this link, you can go server side. They use the wget, wget to get it. Exactly command it's using is wget, and they paste the link. When you're done, you'll find this file is already there. Install this one first using YAM install. Oh, sorry, it should be local install because we download this file. Yes, so installed. The next one we can redo the install the pre-install software again. It's local install too. Sorry, I always typing wrong. Yeah, local install. My name. And then it should be installed. There's no any problem. You see the message complete. The next one we can install the. Check if there's no any error though. So next one we can install the Workers Home software. Really install. It's also local install. It's a Oracle database EE19C. This one is yeah. This one may take a little bit longer because the Oracle installation, well, this one is much faster than when you're using runInstaller X window. But this one will be much fast, but it still takes some time. We're going to run it, and in the middle, when it's running, later on, and come back to show you what is the result. When you run install, it gives you the install process. Say When you tap yes, right, they start checking and start installing. And then here is to give you the progress. So here we're going to stop here, and then later I'll come back when it you see the sign will be increased until this one to the all the way. Will take 30-40 minutes. And so by now I will just show you the near finish part. It's a part of near finish because it takes 30 minutes. Okay, finished. There's no error. So installation is fine. There's no error. So this way you don't need X window. And then the installation will be really easier compared with the runInstaller, because you really don't need to put any things you chose. But runInstaller is maybe some way you can select what you're going to do, but this seems not really give you a choice. Only thing is where install, right? I go to OPT to check first. I find it's the installed and OPT. Usually OPT USR or bin directory, they should be installed there, but actually it's not. They are using this way to install it exactly like when you run installer, but only thing is it is installed under OPT, but worker home is still there. Later, when we finish the whole things, I can show you what is the file system there laid off. You see here, so generally that you have a worker inventory, you have DAG, trace directory, and the product should be your worker home. So the inventory is exactly same like before. Yeah, you have a log file, you have also contents XML. This is generation. I first make copy for this one because when we install database, we may need to come back. So it's a good idea, so just to copy this inventory later. If something wrong goes to the database, so we can come back to the starting point without any issue. You list the bin, say, SQL Plus, also TNS ping or something, all in process under bin directory, but everything installed is under worker home. Same thing like before. At first I thought they're going to install every software, meaning the executable, to user bin directory. Actually it's not. So this way, make it professional, Oracle professional, much easier because they can find the same thing as before. Here is the file. Or a tab still have it. Also have the inventory location exactly. So same thing in the etc directory. But they do have something different. Later when I install it, I'll go show you. Yeah. The way they create a database, by now they're using called the Oracle DB, Oracle DB-19C. That is the file using the created sample DB. Well, this one, what it does is there's one config file with this one, but you do not have no choice to do it. Only 3 items you play with it. However, they are calling worker home. The DBCA, there's a template file, right? They're calling this template template file called the general purpose one. That's what they're doing. The file of what it looks like. They pick up information from there. Okay, this is the first video is just to tell you how we're going to install it, right? Where it's installed. And then I quickly show you the way they are using to create a database and explain to you what it is. Here is to say assistant DBCA directory, they have template. Now template is, you already know the template, right? They have different template. The one they're using called general purpose. If you try to modify it, you can say basically you change the general purpose to one to something else, just to keep the same name, and then you can run in the data warehouse. Everything can do it. My server have a really low memory, only 1 GB, so I change this number to the 85, which is meaning give me more memory for database, or the database creation is going to fail. So you see my system here. This AWS Trio system only have 1 GB memory, and if you see the CPU is very low too. They probably only have 1 CPU. It's not good for Oracle because Oracle is resource extensive, the system. And then it's to here, general purpose, the DBC is the one it's going to use. If also the PDB is another one they're going to use. They pick up information from here, create the PDB. Later we're going to show you the way how to create a CDB and the PDB using this information here. Yeah. So what I did is because we do not have a lot of the memory, I make it very small. Disk space also limited. So the size I probably find is all of them are 4 GB. They set up. They're doing this way. We got some trouble later when we install the database. So the 4 of them, the system, table space, sysox, undo, and other user. So these 4 of them will change it, all of them to smaller, like probably just 2 GB, because I think the server I have is only 15 GB, and that's why what I did not exactly fine. It should be fine if I count is the GB size. Okay, set it fine. So we're ready. Actually, we're ready now to create a database. But the first part we'll show you, because the video is pretty long, then I probably going to focus on the next video to show you how to create a DB. This is a sample one. If you want to know how the way to create DB in a new way. For 1521 up here. Okay. This is the issue, is the bug. It's not really say the problem is not the port. The port is not using now. It's not using this port, but they claim there's a problem. And then there's a bug on this. The work of support to provide the solution for it. I'm going to show for next video how we're going to deal with it. If you change it, right, any port, you're going to get all of same error, exactly same. Run again, you got error again. Okay, see you next time.